It's Friday here at Austin Swim Club, and we're going to do a Q&A. I asked you guys to post some questions on Instagram to ask me anything you wanted to ask me. See what I can do here. Briley_bug asks, when do you figure out the sets for practice? I kind of have a generalized idea of what phase we're in the season, and I kind of focus on what those practices are. I'll tend to write a practice down, but I don't tend to follow it, and I just kind of allow the practice to kind of take its mold as workout goes on. Sometimes workouts look differently on paper than they do in the water, so I tend to adjust according to what I'm seeing the kids do. Probably tend to add more technical stuff to make them focus on technique when they're tired. I used to do a lot of fast stuff towards the end of the week just because they were excited about it being the end of the week and school being over. I'd say most of my workouts are written in the front half of the week and then just kind of adjust as the later end of the week goes. Oh, Z Smith 122 OSU. I know this guy. I've always wondered, does the water temp affect best personal times in Olympic events or college events? Does water temperature need to be within a certain degree? If so, what is it? That is actually a really good question. Mostly the Olympics, FINA events, World Championships, things like that, the water temperature has to be 79 degrees. I always felt like I swam a lot faster in colder water. My mentality was that the water molecules were closer together and I could actually grab more water. Felt a lot slower and more sluggish in warm water, but we're talking about warm water being 82, 83 degrees and cold water being 76, 77 degrees. So when you spend as much time as these swimmers do in the water, they have a tendency to know what the temperature is by 1 or 2 degrees. And if it's cold, they will let you know it. But sometimes I think the colder the water is, the faster you're going to swim because your body can adjust to that water quickly and can maintain energy a lot better. Why is Kendall Shields your favorite swimmer ever? And this actually comes in from Kendall_Shields. She's not my favorite. I actually don't play favorites. One of the biggest reasons I got into club swimming was to give every kid the opportunity to get better. I just felt like every kid has a different path and process, and trying to teach them to respect the process and not necessarily worry about the outcome. You will see a lot of coaches out there play favorites. You'll never see me do that. If a kid's doing a really good job in practice, I tend to praise that kid in workout and kind of use him or her as an example to inspire the rest of the group and kind of teach them to inspire each other in practices. And you tend to see the fastest swimmers and the swimmers that need the most help technically in practice get the most attention from a coach. And then there's that middle group of kids that don't get any attention at all. I feel like my approach has always been just give me the effort, and my goal in practice, and I put this on every one of my coaches at Austin Swim Club, is to say every kid's name at least 2 or 3 times in a practice. If it's not once, that's a problem. Just to let them know that you're watching them, just let them know that you're paying attention to them, and I keep the ratio of swimmer to coach at Austin Swim Club a lot friendlier to make that actual rule a reality for this coaching staff. We'll do one more question. Bowman-Clacher asks, let's get to the hard-hitting questions here. I guess he thinks he's funny. Pats or Genos? And then he says, also, what are your go-to supplements? I'm asking for a friend at Texas_monster. I guess he knows I'm from Philadelphia, and there's 2 cheesesteak places across the street from each other, Pat's and Geno's. I was always a Geno's guy. And then what I found is, as I go back more now, I actually go to Pat's more. So I think you can't go wrong when you go to Philly cheesesteak. And then what supplements do I use? I don't really necessarily, I never really used a lot of supplements growing up, even when I competed. But I will say that when I came back in 2011 and 12, one of the biggest things that I did and realized was, as an older athlete, I needed to recover more. And I definitely had like a protein shake that was pretty low in carbs, a great ratio of protein to carb ratio, low in sugar, and I would throw in about 2 scoops of L-glutamine with that. I felt like I had some missed opportunities in my career earlier because I didn't have that, and I would take that shake within 15 minutes of workout being over, and it really allowed me to make a lot of good workouts great as we got into the later part of the week, and especially being an older athlete at the time. I was 30 and 31 in those last Olympics, and so that recovery really helped me get to another level in my training and allowed me to recover. And I felt like That was one of the things that I didn't do as a college athlete or do it well. I definitely didn't take any kind of protein shake or any kind of supplements at all when I was in high school. Very irrelevant in my college career. And then as I became a pro and needed to focus a lot on recovery as I became an older athlete, that's where the supplements started to come in and really aid in my help, because I was not getting enough of that from my diet. So those are the answers for this Friday. I appreciate them coming in. You guys can always follow me on Instagram at Brendan Hansen 12 and Twitter at Brendan Hansen. So we're gonna make this a regular segment for us, and hopefully if you guys ever have any more questions, feel free to shoot those to me, and I'd love to help you in any way I can. Philly cheesesteaks Friday.